What up?
What's up? Long time no see.
I know, right? You've been like spray tanning the world and stuff.
Well, I've been trying to make the world go faster. That's my priority is to make the world go faster and to not raise communists.
Yeah,
That's my mission.
you guys have probably been super busy because you have uh you know PRI rolling around in a couple months and
And we're
um,
going all out for PRI. We have got so
you,
much happening for PRI.
you guys got a big booth.
Yep, we're making a major booth upgrade and I'm really excited about it.
Nice. I mean, your booth
Yeah.
was a pretty decent size last year,
We're doubling the footprint this year. So,
nice. Nice.
yeah, we are. It's going to be great. We're going to have a really cool car in there. I can't say what. And we've got giveaways that are going to be like amazing. So we've got a giveaway that we're putting together where somebody can literally win. And if they're at the show, they can come to our booth and pick a turbo and leave with
Wow.
it. Yeah.
Like leave with it there?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
We're going crazy. We're going crazy for PRI. It's going to be wild.
All right, so yeah, so if you're at PRI, make sure you visit the HPT booth.
Yep.
What else is going on in your world?
Oh, just kids got so much going on. Honestly, it's just been working and just I don't know, just living. We got a little vacay for next month set up. So I'm excited about that. We're going to Florida. We're going to
Whereabouts?
spend Orlando. I don't know if you know this or not. I'm from Florida. My family's from Tampa where the hurricane was about to hit, but thankfully things went okay for them. But we love Universal Studios. So we're going to do all of our Harry Potter nerding out with our friends. And it's going to be amazing.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. I'm excited.
You're gonna do the whole Disney, like the whole thing.
No, I don't do Disney. I don't support Disney.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went there 2 years ago, and I just don't get it. Like, I don't get but I don't have kids, so
right. It's a little different. I grew up going to Disney and stuff like that. Being from Florida, being from Tampa, is only an hour and a half away. I think the magic has kind of left because things have just gotten crazy. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think that it used to be great, and I brought the kids there maybe 5 years ago or whatever. But I vowed at that moment that would be the last. You go there and spend $5,000 for a couple of days with your family. Like
it's expensive, really expensive.
It is. So, and honestly, it is overrated in my opinion at this point. So we've got a really special guest on tonight. I'm excited.
Yes, I'm super excited as well. I've watched him grudge race and watched him on TV, watched him, on every type of drag racing YouTube channel and all that fun stuff. So
he's a legend. I mean, and I happen to have had the pleasure of working with him and for him for years pretty much. So we're good friends. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Before we bring him on, I have a video clip to show.
Oh,
I want you to explain to me what's going on here.
Well,
hold on one sec.
Okay.
I got to share my screen here.
So we're making a lot of horsepower. That's what's definitely happening. And then that happens.
What happened?
I mean, I don't know. I guess a strap broke, but that's like...
Yeah, it was a strap. But you guys, I guess that car is just making so much power with those HPT turbos.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. F5s, I mean, it's the baddies. The baddies.
I said turbos, but that's a single turbo car.
It is. It's a single turbo F5. One of our biggest units on there. And that guy is actually a veteran, and he's I don't know what his physical status is, but I know he's in a wheelchair. So I don't think he has use of his legs. You know him? Oh, you would probably be able to speak about him. Yeah. So I don't know him well, right? I'm still new to the team. But he goes out there and he just shaves off time every time he goes. He runs better and better and better.
Yeah, Scotty Wheels, he's a local guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I mean, he travels all around the East Coast to race, but he has a pretty impressive car and pretty impressive. He has a shop.
He does. He's a dealer for all three of our brands, actually.
Yeah,
So,
he's a tuner,
mhm.
you know, willing to help anybody out. So
Yeah, definitely.
you reach out to Scotty Wheels for anything, be sure to do that. Again, you can find him on Facebook or whatever. And yeah, everybody rants and raves about his customer service. So
Yeah, he's a super nice guy. We're really proud to have him with all three of our brands. So, but that video is going viral. I think it's had like 180,000 views just in less than 24 hours, like crazy. So,
and nobody got hurt. That's what the post said. So
yeah,
that was good.
yeah,
But
exactly.
shit happens. You know what I mean?
It does. And that's what's scary about the dynos, being around a dyno. It's, to me, it's a very dangerous thing. And back when I was younger, when I first started doing all the car stuff, we had a dyno and I was not careful at all. But now I realize how dangerous it really is. Like, I
Oh, yeah.
guess I just didn't think about it. But
Yeah, I try to whenever like I'm around a dyno, I try to like really stand away from it. You
yeah,
never know what can
exactly.
happen. Engine can blow up, or
Yeah.
turbo can blow
Hmm.
up or something.
Yeah.
But you ready to bring our guest on?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
All right.
What's going on?
Hello. What's
Yo.
up?
What's up? What's up?
You're a sight for sore eyes.
Are you in Cali right now?
Yes, sir. Yep, always, man. Sunny
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
He's
nice and
always
sunny over there.
he's always on the move. You can't even get him to sit down for 30
Hey.
minutes at the kitchen table somewhere.
That's what you
Yeah,
got to
I'm
do.
always on the go. Always on the go.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do.
How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thank you so much for coming on. It's a pleasure having you. Legend in the grudge scene. Even in the no prep scene as well, right? So I greatly appreciate it. You have, a lot going on, and have some exciting things coming on in 2025. But before we get into that, I'm sure some people would like to know, like, how'd you get started in this crazy thing that we do and just throw money at it?
Throw money away. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh man, well we gotta blame my dad, my uncle for that. Got me cursed with this sickness I got, man. Got me this drug, or racing, this need for speed. But yeah, I got into it with my like I say, watching my dad. My dad and my uncle was big street racers, man. So out here in California, um, they was street racing all my life. We had race cars, but they never had cages in them. We rarely went to the racetrack, and I grew up doing a lot of grudge racing, back streets, man, watching my dad and all his friends and stuff get it on for money. And actually, to be honest with you, I've never seen them guys race for free. Everything was for money. So that's why I started my. I was in my head. It was all about the money, all about gambling.
Nice. What was your first car that you started racing in?
My first car was a Nova, actually, a 1970. Well, it was a '69 Nova, and had a big block in it. And it was actually it had potential to be fast, I would say. I ran 12s in it, but it had potential to be a pretty fast car, but it didn't
Nice.
last long.
Nice. And how old were you when you started?
Well, I started. I think I had that car at 19. Yeah, I had that car at 19 years old. Yeah.
Nice.
That was
We
my
won't
car.
we won't ask him how old he is because he doesn't look his age.
So that you guys competed in Texas recently at Big Jake's race, right? How was that for you guys? You guys definitely showed out. But how was the overall event? Like, what was the vibe like? What was the competition like? Things like that.
Well, this $100,000 stuff is taking over, man. And Jake kind of set the tone for it. His race was getting really popular, and then when he came with this $100,000 race, man, the excitement was crazy. Like I ain't never raced with that kind of excitement. I went to a lot of races, and like I say, some of the street all races was really exciting too. But it's just something about a grudge race, man. It's like that grudge feel to be running for $100,000 and gambling going on at each round. Every round it was gambling going on, big money going on. It was electrifying, man. It was crazy. The atmosphere was crazy that night, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How's
How
the
did you do? How did you do in that race? Give us a recap, because honestly, I don't know what happened or how it went for you. Or did you race or did Junior race?
So my son raced. So we had the car running pretty good. I ran the car in California at a little race, and I ended up winning with that thing. Me and a guy split because they ran out of curfew. So me and them two cars split the final. So we knew we had a good race car. We knew the car was going, running good, coming in. And when we got out there, Junior drove that race, and the car ran amazing. It was really, really fast. Of course, as a racer, we never satisfied. You know, we always want more. We knew we had a faster car than we actually even showed. We knew we thought we should have been able to make it at least to the finals, but you know, it's racing. Everybody was really fast. We don't make excuses in our camp. We just try to make changes and go out there and do better. So we had a great outing. Taking fourth place, coming in fourth place with all those cars is a big accomplishment, but at the end of the day, you always want more, you know?
right?
I mean, you really don't have a lot of time to do a lot of testing. So, you know, the fact that you did as well as you did is a big testament to what your program is doing right now.
Very true. And a lot of people, because I'm not the guy that go out here and complain and make all these excuses, a lot of people don't understand. We don't even have a radio track in California. We don't have nowhere where you can run a radio tire. It's not one place.
Wow.
I took my car when I went out there and tested on a big tire track, and the 60 foot was so slow, I couldn't even believe we were making it down. And that was our test for this big race.
So which track is that? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Which track was that?
That was at Sonoma.
Oh, Sonoma. Okay, that's what I was going to say, because that's about one of the only ones that's still open for you to race at. That's relatively close to you, huh?
Yeah, but no tracks are radio prepped. It's not even really radio cars out there. The radio cars are there, just out there trying. Everybody got their cars turned down, just trying to make it down the racetrack. So it's nowhere to test to go fast. You know, it's horrible. But we plan on changing that, because I got some things up for that too.
That's awesome.
Well, that sounds, if you don't change it, that sounds horrible. And it sounds like you probably need to move east. I mean, it would only make sense. So,
well, it's crazy to think, because like, you know, drag racing started in Florida and California and, you know, those states and stuff. And, you know, it's sad that, you know, it's become that way. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with the racers. Yeah, I'm sure it has a lot to do with lawmakers and things like that. You know what I mean? And
well, one of the main reasons is just the whole the financial part of that side of the world. You know, everything is so expensive over there.
that's true.
It's just about, like, it's so much curfew because they want to bring all these housing development close to every racetrack because they want money. And then the tracks we do have, 6 o'clock, we got to shut them off. It's all about money out there in California. So that, to me, is the real reason why the racing is ruined.
Gotcha.
So we have a comment. Do you want to read that comment? It went away. I don't know where it went.
Brian said it's more sportsman, NHRA type bracket cars on the West Coast. I hope Boddie can change the game for the West Coast and make Grudge great for Cali.
I mean, he was already doing it. That's the thing. I mean, back when we used to do the races together, Boddie, like it was great. It was great. Brought so many cars out, and just everything has changed.
Well, once it was hard to work with. The Sacramento Raceway staff was really hard to work with, and it got to the point to where it wasn't worth it, because the participation from the racers, as well as dealing with the staff, it ended up being not worth it to me, and I ended up exiting even before they even ended it. Then the track closed, which made it even worse, because the people who came behind me that was still trying to do something, that was really our only real Grudge track. You know, we got other tracks, but they don't really care for what we bring, you know?
Is Bakersfield still open? Because that was a pretty good one.
Bakersfield is, again, a good track, but like I say, they don't really accommodate the type of racing we do.
Right.
So my plans is to change that. I've never worked with Bakersfield. I won't talk bad about them, because I've never dealt with them personally. We just hear rumors, and you know, rumors is rumors, like we all know. So let's see if we can change that going in. to the future and see if I can get something going out there, because that's the plan.
Nice.
That's amazing.
So, are there any like grudge races going on in the West, or that kind of like went away?
It actually is. I got to give it up to Steve Sherman, man. So the West Coast is bad, man. People like to down racetracks and down promoters and just down everything and not support. And somehow, with the worst track I've almost ever been on, I mean, one lane turns into two, and the shutdown is like ridiculous short. And Steve Sherman has pulled off an amazing job over there in Irwindale, in Southern California. They doing grudge racing. I think it's every Thursday night, and he been having a lot of good locked in grudge races. He even had some fast cars he invited over there. So like, hats off to him down there, keeping the thing going. Because right now he's the only track that's doing grudge racing.
So have you ever watched Boddie race that red Nova?
Yeah, of course.
So okay, I'm sure you have.
I have a video of it.
Yeah, you got to pull it up. He's so crazy. He's so crazy. He stresses me out.
Let me see here.
Remember when you brushed that wall over there at where was that? That was at Sonoma, wasn't it? Sonoma.
Yeah, that
Let's
was a Sonoma.
Let's watch him race. He's so wild.
This might not be
I
the
was trying-
same one. This might be something else.
Oh, this is I don't know what video is this?
No, this is at Vegas. This isn't. I mean, this is good, but this isn't even as good as it gets here.
Yeah, this was Money Moves.
Oh yeah.
I actually did a wild race up in Vegas. I don't know if no, it wasn't here, but remember when I raced Cole Down and Willie up in Vegas?
Yeah. Yep.
Almost crossed lane. Yeah, that was
I
a
was
wild
trying
race.
to. I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it on YouTube. I'll have to try to see if I can.
Told me. I think Cole has it with a Civic.
Oh, okay. I didn't think about it until right before we got on, because that's how I live my life.
Gavin definitely has it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that is such a cool crew that you have. They're so cool.
Yeah, them are my guys, man. Them are my guys.
Seems like the connection is slow. Is it slow on your end, or is it just on my end?
Yeah, I think it's because of the video is trying to like, pull
Catch
the
up.
bandwidth to there. If that's even a thing, I don't know, but yeah.
Sorry, that didn't work out so well. Damn.
It's all good. So let's talk about your event
Oh yeah.
coming up in 2025. Give us a rundown, hold on, I think I have the flyer here. Give us a rundown of the classes, what you plan on doing, where it's going to be at. And I know, Alyssa, you have your hand in that too, and you're gonna be helping out with that event. So maybe both of you guys can.
As long as he can afford me, I don't know.
So we have
She got all this blonde hair now. She didn't win Hollywood on me. I don't know.
the Grudge Bowl 100k, July 11th and 12th, 2025, Friday and Saturday. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, that should be a big race, man. We're trying to set the standard. We're trying to keep up, man. So I jumped back into the promoting side again. I don't think I had a race in the last 4 years. I jumped back in the promoting side, and like I say, Jake and them set the standard high, man. And with my promoting ability, and I've always been able to get a lot of cars and fans and get out there and come compete. I think this is gonna be amazing, man. It's gonna be the first race of Grudge Bowl. I think it's gonna be a really good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
I can't wait because I'm gonna be competing in it as well.
Yeah, that's gonna be badass, man. So classes, you asked about the classes. So the big class we'll have would be as of right now, because things can change, and when they change it for the better. But as of right now, we got 100K to win pretty much like a bear shootout, and that's like Pro 275. We do have rules. The only rules is no pro mods. So stock appearing cars, no pro mods to be allowed. Other than that, bring what you want. Come out there and try to win 100K. like I say, everything is where it's at now. But remember, we got into July, so we got a lot of time. We got opportunity to bring sponsors in. A lot of people been shown interest and want to get involved. So who knows where that's going to go. And then we also have All Still All Glass. The All Still All Glass thing is growing big time, man.
Yeah.
And I really, really like that class. That's one of the classes I want to race in. I got plans of building a new car, but I'll talk about that later. But the All Still All Glass is very attracting class, man. I've always liked it, the real cars, man. And my goal is to separate those cars from the Pro 275 cars because they are real cars, you know? So not really many rules with that. Pretty much the same rules apply. That's been going on for most of the classes. As of right now, that class, I think the pot now, I think I had it at, what did it say, 25,000 or 30?
25,000, I believe.
Nice.
25,000 win, but that is definitely subject to change. Again, for the better. For the better. That class may go up. I strongly believe that it's going to go up, and that pot going to reach up there to closer to 50K with that class. So, and then the next class I got is the 530
Little Gangsters.
Index. Little Gangster. That's what we call it, Little Gangster. And that's sponsored by my guys. What's the name of the name of their thing, man? I got to get that right. I should have had that right when I got on here, man. Anyway, Little Gangsters. That's the
Yeah.
That's the name of his thing. I get it right next time I go on. I have it right.
Text it to me later, and I'll make sure it gets on the next next flyer that we put out.
Yeah. But my guys, they're bringing that class, man, and we came together because that's a big class out there. So my partner, who I partnered up to do this race with at US 60, Chris Manley, he already had a huge following with the 530 class, and he went over to the race in Oklahoma just recently. What was that big race? Armageddon.
Yeah.
Armageddon, and this is when we hooked up with the guys who were throwing the 530 class there and came together to make it even bigger. So I'm pretty confident that this 530 class is gonna be huge.
Yeah, there's it's funny, we run a similar class over here. It's called like Little Giants, and it's really a class, whatever. It's not an index class, but man, there's more cars in that class than there is in 28275 or all steel all glass. Because the regular guy can afford a car around that ET.
Right.
Yeah, that can be a weekend warrior that, that's really, you don't want to exclude anybody. Everybody wants their seat time. So to be able to go and compete like
especially
that is exciting.
Especially on a big stage like that.
For
sure.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of guys excited just to get out there. And again, I actually thought about my guy, Jimmy Dale. Jimmy Dale, that's he's sponsored. He has a 530 class, came together with my guys, Chris Manley and I, to bring that class together. So Jimmy Dale, shout out to him for getting behind it and supporting that class. Like I say, that class pot is going to be big. I don't know where the pot is now, but we plan on upping every class. By the time June comes, we plan on having each one of these classes even bigger. And it's going to be badass time.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about US 60 Dragway. I've never been there. Obviously you have. So I'm assuming the prep's going to be amazing and all that fun stuff.
So a lot of people who haven't been there, they've been hearing now that my guy, he brought the track. He put a lot of work in on the track, man. He laid down new stuff, new surface, a lot of stuff going on there. And as of right now, we've been getting a lot of calls that this is supposed to be the best track in the country. Now, I didn't want to say that for his hooking up because they're going to think I'm biased because I'm throwing a race. So if you go out and you listen to the guys who recently test there and race there, they'll tell you that this track is phenomenal. The guys, track prep guys, are doing an awesome job. This track can handle any type of power. I'm confident when we get there, it's going to be record-breaking numbers that's going to be put down at this track. And, of course, we can't see them because we do no time, but I guarantee you're going to have a lot of satisfied racers.
I can't wait.
So,
That's
so,
awesome.
like potentially dumb question. I don't mean to be, but with a 530 index class, there wouldn't be any numbers on the boards.
It will. Well, it'll just be win or loss. It'll be 5
Gotcha.
days. They won't show
Just
what
a
they
win
ran.
light. I see.
Yeah, just a win light. Yeah. So
Got it.
it'll be a 530 index class again, but no time won't be shown.
Gotcha.
So we won't show times at any of my races. I'm just not in the time. I'm a
Yeah.
box off guy, no time racer. You know, so
Right.
For sure.
so that's what I promote. Also, this track is very centrally located to everything. Everybody is. When I picked this track and I got with my guy Chris, and we start looking at geographically where is the best place to put a race on at, to me, it's no better place because everything is 3-4 hours away, 6 hours. You may have one guy 9 hours, but for the most part, if you're not in California, you're close to this track.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Are you considering any other classes, maybe big tire or anything like that?
I am considering other classes. The only reason that I'm a little skeptical because my goal is to finish the race. So when you got these big payouts and you got all these races going on, I want my racers to be happy. I want everybody to come and feel like they got enough passes. I want to finish the race. I don't want guys to come and you got some guys happy and some guys mad. You're
Right.
going to get that out of race because that's what happens. But overall, my goal is to finish the race, not have it all clustered, and not be just trying to make money by just putting 1,000 cars or 1,000 classes there.
True.
And everybody's unhappy. You go
Yeah.
and you get 2 passes. You know, I don't
Right.
want that. I don't want that style of race. I don't want to be sitting in the lanes for 2 hours and guys all upset. You know what I mean?
And
No,
there's so many variables at that time in July out
Right.
there. So you got to really think about what could happen. And it's a night race, which is good because it's going to be hot. But when the sun goes down, the track goes hot.
Yeah. So definitely, I got in mind. I got a few more classes that I was thinking about adding. And from now and then, if I did add it, I'll put it in. But I'm going to be very skeptical. Like I say, I'm going to try and if I do add some, I'm going to do a car a limit, a cap. So I might add a class with 16 cars only. So you sign up ahead of time because I don't want a bunch of cars to come in there and be trying to run these classes. I want to have a badass race and get the race done.
For sure. That makes sense. That's how everybody stays happy.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I would agree. There's a question, Boddie. Do you think you can bring something to Las Vegas so everyone can come since California is treating us the racers bad? Is that something you'll do?
I would definitely consider racing in Las Vegas. Once I get, I'm waiting right now because I got some big things that I can't really talk about right now for next year in California. But if all that fall in place, I would love to put a race on in Las Vegas because that's part of the West Coast. And Las Vegas is the kind of place that everybody loves to race at. That's the reason why Mel Ruff, his race up at SCSN, is so popular because in November, everyone loves the races in Vegas. So if I can get a race in Vegas, good weather, good time of the year, and not step on toes of people like that already have established events like Mel, I would love to put a race on in Vegas. And yeah, that definitely is something I would consider.
Nice. Back to the 5:30.
You know what happens when you take me to Vegas?
Wait. What's the story?
Those were the old days when I was six.
One thing about her, I'll tell you this. She can't drink. So I'm the non-drinker. And I definitely, if she said, oh, I'm going out, I'm going to have a good time. One drink and she's out of there. Boy.
Your friends are bad influences on me. They got me in trouble. Candace, she got me in trouble. I'm putting it on her. We had so much fun though.
Man. We was literally carrying her. She was.
I don't do that anymore. For the record, if my in-laws and stuff are watching, I don't do that anymore at all.
Drink?
No, I don't drink at all.
Oh,
not even one. Why? It's poison. That's how I feel about it.
I meant back then. That was just one.
Oh no.
It didn't take, but listen, it didn't
He
take
thinks
much.
it was. He thinks it was, but it was a lot. It was a lot more.
Whatever it was strong.
Yeah, he saved me.
Matthew
Hey,
said,
she
"I
started
saved your
speaking.
life."
He
Let me tell
did.
you
Matt
this.
saved my life.
She started speaking another language. I don't know what the hell she.
That is a lie. Now y'all are lying on me.
Are you speaking French?
Woo!
Lord.
Yeah,
So,
she's tough.
so that
Good times.
530 class, how does that work? If you're doing no time, how are you going to keep everybody honest? Like as far as like around that ET, because like you could have a turbo car that can be slowed down to around a 530. It also can be turned up, to a 50 or a 490 or whatever. So how does that work?
Well, that 530 gonna keep them honest because if you run faster than 530, you go 529, you lose. So
Oh,
you
so
can
it'll
turn it up.
it'll automatically.
It's gonna automatically. We're gonna automatically click because we got somebody in the booth. The
Right,
person in the booth is watching, so
right,
he's gonna. If you once we type it in the computer, it's gonna click you
right.
win or loss. You know what I'm saying? So if you go 529, you lose.
Gotcha.
Or if the
But
other guy goes
clocks are off though.
529 and whoever went faster, yeah, clocks will be off. But that clock will activate just like a bracket race, but you won't see it.
Gotcha. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes a lot of sense. Um, so I guess tell us a little bit about your experience. You've done, radio racing, you've done no prep racing. Tell us a little bit about like the street outlaws experience. Like what was that like? Was that a totally different change of pace for you guys? Or was it like, oh no, like, we kind of got this because, maybe you guys did some big tire racing back in the day. Like, what was that like?
Big change. Street Outlaws is a totally different style of racing than the small tire grudge racing stuff. Okay, now grudge racing is on a big tire is grudge racing. You can small tire race, you can grudge race, but no prep racing is totally different. Street racing is totally different. So when the TV show came on board, it was a totally different style of racing. Yes, we gambled, but racing on a no prep track, man, it take a lot of because it's new.
Right,
You got to realize my dad did the type of racing I've been doing all my life. It's a lot easier to figure out things that you can get a lot of information from.
right,
With this no prep stuff being new, you're learning as you go, and being out there, it's a big budget game, man. Because them guys is out there. It's about who can go out and buy the most information, who can go test the most, who can go out there and learn the most. And the guys who are more successful are the guys who spending a lot of time out there learning because it's a new, like I say, it's a new style of racing.
But they're
nice,
also from track to track is inconsistent. They
right,
would say it's no prep. Let's just be honest, right? Not trying to be controversial. I always
Well,
get controversial, but it's not really. And they would wash the track and they would do different things, and it was impossible to be consistent from track to track.
well, which is true. So what happens with that is you got different owners. Every track is a different owner, okay? And most the guys there are willing to do different things. Now
Yep.
you got guys who will completely want to scrape the track and just kill it, so we can get out there and do what we do. Then you got other guys be like, "Hey, fuck you guys! I got a race next week. I'm gonna leave a little rubber out there."
Exactly.
right,
So
Exactly.
every racetrack that you go to, which is the whole mindset of no prep, because you want to go out there and get on these tracks and everything be different. You don't want to go out there and just get on some glue or get on some rubber and your car go right down the track. So it was very challenging, of course, best especially for me, budget wise, and not enough time to test, and just running against guys who fast as hell, who determined to get down that track fast. So it's very challenging over there. Not to say radio racing ain't as challenging. It's I'm more familiar.
yeah.
I've been racing all my life. That style of racing, the resources are very common. You can call this guy, you can get out here, but no prep stuff, man, is totally different. It's a new atmosphere.
Would you say radio racing's your favorite?
Yes, I will say the reason why radio racing is my favorite is because it's just the feeling of all that glue
Yeah,
and the way the tires work going down that track. That's the reason why it's my favorite. Big tire, I love big tire. I ain't gonna say I'm not gonna get away from it. But big tire is a little challenging because you got to control the car on a big top end. It wants to move around if you making a lot of horsepower. The radio racing is just getting down and dirty, just getting to it, man.
Right.
That rubber ain't gonna let that tire slip. You know,
Yep.
it's badass.
I wish you could play that video, that other video that I sent you. It is
I could probably play it.
where you brush the wall. You know, do you remember that race where you were like on one wheel?
Giuseppe.
Yeah, it was you and Giuseppe, which you guys ended up meeting in the Street Outlaws No Prep Kings deal too. You know, Giuseppe is such a great racer. He went out and won your belt. What do you call that? What do you call it?
No excuses.
No excuses belt. Oh, it was so good.
Yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
I'm gonna have him play this video for the people that may not be familiar with your wild and out big tire days.
I'm gonna explain to you what happened on that video too.
Okay. Hopefully it'll play and it won't be skipping.
I've turned down the quality, so let's see if that works better.
These are Grudge cars, so they're not necessarily no prep racers. They normally do run on a prep surface. Both of these turbo engines got to be making whole loads of power here as they inch their way up to the starting line. So Jay Boddie and Giuseppe Gentile, the Nova, the Mustang. Both guys pull them up, come off of the bus. Oh, Boddie put a whole shot on it, but Gentile puts the gap. Whoa, Jay Boddie sideways and he grazes the wall. Boddie's car continues to skid through the shutdown area. He gets gathered up. Man, Boddie just gave.
What was going on there?
Man, we crazy, man. I'm gonna tell you, that was my younger day. We were crazy. So what happened was, we get up to the line, and my tuner tells me the transmission is broke. I got a Liberty 5-speed, and he says you can't leave in first gear, and we don't have time to make the change because we're in the lanes. He was like, so you're not gonna be able to spool it up. He said, so foot brake it, get in before Giuseppe, foot brake it, and just step it down and see how far you can spool it and hold the brake. He said, when the light turns green, just like the old days. And that's what happened. So what happened was, so what happened was, I'm sorry, it wasn't third gear. All we had was fifth gear. We had one gear.
Oh, shit.
So what happened was, the car was so slow early, which we didn't even know if it was going to work, but it was a chance we was willing to take because we could have fixed the transmission when we got back. So when the car took off, it had no boost. So when the boost came on, you know how them cars is, the chassis wasn't under load. It wasn't under load. So once it hit, I couldn't even drive it. It started taking me to the other lane, and then it started taking me back to the wall. It was and I was trying to win, so you know that's how I go.
Wow.
Yeah, you know his tuner, Patrick Barnhill. He's a wild man too.
Oh, that's who was tuning it?
Oh, yeah.
And it was a total surprise because I had no idea that a car can make a pass like that, foot braking it, and in fifth gear, it still was close to Giuseppe's car, so I was trying to win. I looked up, I said, oh, shit, he right there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So whatever happened to the Red Nova?
Actually, I sold it, man. This guy, it's a funny story. The guy who I sold it to is a guy that raced with my dad who drove his race car on the street to work every day. I would see this car maybe twice a week driving to work, and it was the first 8-second car that we knew. It was faster than all the cars around, and it was the same Nova, same year, and it was tan. Well, this guy drove his car for years, and when my car went up for sale, he called me and said, Boddie, I want that car. And I was honored to give it to him because I've been watching him drive that same style car since I was like 7 years old.
Wow.
I love that story. That is so cool.
Yeah.
So is he driving that car?
Unfortunately, you know how life get, man. He's an older guy, and a couple things in his life happened, and he brought it out twice, and now he has it up for sale. But he had it for a long time. And now he's trying to sell it, so hopefully it gets to another good owner.
Yeah, that's a beautiful car. That is a special car. I know you love your radial stuff, but that car was just special to me.
Yeah, that car if we put some time in it, it was perfect for the street style stuff they doing because the way, stock, the Komodo was in the stock play, stock firewall, and all that shit.
I think for your program, for your no prep program, you just didn't have the time for testing like you needed to do it.
Yeah, not to mention them guys, they fast out there. I don't give a who. I tell you this, a lot of times you can go out, you can buy the baddest pro mod, you can go out there and compete, you can go here and compete, you can just buy the car, buy the tuners, and go out there. That racing, I don't give a damn who you is. If you show up with a car, you're gonna be getting your ass kicked. You ain't making it to the top of that. I can guarantee you that. I don't care who you is. You go out there, cause like I said, it's about that's new to people. Everybody's doing it. It's gonna be a new style of racing for them. Nobody but us has done that. You see what I'm saying? There's very little people that's done that. It's not a lot of people that's done that. So it ain't easy. I don't care how bad you think you are. Bring the baddest of the baddest over there. Just to call some names right now, it's some badass people that's over there now or they came late and they struggling. It ain't easy.
Yeah.
No. So what do you think about the current state of the no prep scene right now as it sits?
Well, everything takes its course. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody can stay on top forever. I don't care what it is. Every man get old. So just in life, it's not going to be a sitcom that starts now and 50 years later is still on. I feel like they had a great run. They're not giving up. I'm telling people that now. They're not giving up. Who knows what the future holds? But if it stopped now today, it was the baddest shit that ever happened, man. It put racing right in people's living room. It gave people a whole different perspective of racing. And if it don't make another move and don't go nowhere else from where it's been now, it's amazing for everything that we do. It hit a home run. Basically, it's bad as fuck.
Yeah,
for sure.
It was good for the game, for sure.
Good for the game. And if it go, who knows? Because they are determined to keep it going. And in my heart, I wanted to keep going because, like I say, what it do from drag racing and for the younger guys, like we don't see younger guys trying to get in the NHRA. It's not a big crowd of guys trying to do that type of stuff. Everybody was into that. So I believe that it's still a possibility for it to get where it need to go. But the technical side of things, the business side of things, I have no idea what's going on up here. So I think that's where, most of the issues came from. And hopefully they can figure that shit out.
Do you think, you've been doing this a long time. Do you think drag racing in general is in a good spot? Or do you think it needs a lot of improvement? Do you think it's dying? Like you've seen it, throughout the whole years, you've been on this earth. So, not to call you old or anything, you still look like a really young guy, but, what do you think is the current state of it now?
My opinion on the current state is the professional side of it has really fallen off. It's really, really fallen off. And again, they trying to do what they can to revive it. They bringing in all kind of different stuff. But I think the new face of racing is this outlaw style of racing. I think that everybody is getting off into this. I think that this is where it's going. I think that they're going to have to try to come in and structure what we're doing to make it professional so it can help revive racing as a whole. Because just in life, everything changes. Like it reinvents itself.
Right.
Like nobody want to watch the same shit over and over and over and over again. Yeah. So reinventing itself is what drag racing is doing. They even try to come in with the big rim racing and the donk racing and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that is going to be very catchy on the professional side, but it's a way that people are trying to keep drag racing relevant. It's just reinventing itself. So right now, I see us and what we're doing on the grudge racing side of things, these big shootouts and things like that, is helping keeping drag racing alive, keeping a young crowd interested.
Yeah, for a big Jake's race in Texas, I couldn't believe people were still trying to come in, fans were still trying to come in late at night, and there was a line and so they're not doing that at a national event, NHRA event or whatever, it's all
very true.
it's all older people, you know what I mean, that are going to those
Yes,
into that
and
stuff.
once them people, that generation, a crowd is too old to attend, it's really gonna die off. You know,
Right.
it's barely hanging on. And I love NHRA racing. That's where that's what we do. We race NHRA style. We got to have our license and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I feel like if I'm want my company to continue to survive, I gotta hire new blood. I gotta hire youngsters to get in there and give me new ideas and come
Right.
in there with new things. The old style stuff is just it ran its course.
Yeah, I would
For
agree.
sure. Yeah.
All the young guys like small tire racing, you know,
It really
whether it's,
does feel like a shift. It
yeah,
really does
Yes.
feel like there's a big change on the
even
horizon.
even the small tire slick racing is coming back. Like they did that big event at Shady Side, you know, that was big.
Yes.
So I think there needs to be a shift to small tire stuff.
I think so. I got a lot of ideas, man. I would love to. To me, some of the best racing was Orlando Speed World back in the days when they were doing 10.5W stuff and
Yep.
hundreds of cars coming to participate. And I kind of like the idea of the tire limiting the speed. I really
Right.
because the radio stuff is just going so fast and so
So
fast and
fast.
so fast. It's getting, and we outlaws, we dangerous. So I don't give a damn about it. But at the end of the day, it's dangerous. Like going so fast in these metal cars and doing what we're doing. As these cars, just imagine now, cars are going 350s. Imagine when they start going 330s and what's next? Twos? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
what is the limit? What is the limit? That is crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I like the idea of the slicks because there's a limit on a slick. It's not going to go that fast. It's not going to take that. And yeah, we'll get the maximum out of any tire, but that tire will put limits on us. So I got ideas to do a lot of stuff. If anybody been watching, that Outlaw 10.5W class is picking back up again, back east. And that I think that things like that is just helping keep racing going.
Yeah, I would agree. Um, what would you say your biggest struggle is when putting together an event? You know, a lot of guys, they don't understand, you know, a lot of racers, they don't understand the promotional side of things. So what is your biggest struggle when doing something like you're doing next year?
Well, the word struggle, I would change that out for determination and hard work. It takes a lot of work to put these races on. It's a lot of conversation. It's a lot of networking. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of everything you can think of. And not only that, you're gonna get the racers and the fans who just don't understand that you got to repeat, and bang it in their head and gonna challenge you about things that you're trying to do.
Yep.
It's a lot of work and determination. So struggle, I wouldn't say struggle, but I will say a lot of times things make you want to quit because it's just so overbearing. Like at the end of the day, when you get your money and the race is over with, you sit back and you say, "Is this worth it?" You know. And then with me in California, it started not being worth it. I was making a profit, but I watched Big Jake. He get on here and he's stressed out after a race. Like these racers don't understand. It's a lot of work go into these races and promoting these races. And at the end of the day, if you don't have no determination and no strong drive, it'll whoop you, man. You'll throw a race and being realistic, it took me 4 races to be successful. I could have quit after the first one.
Right.
But a lot of times people think, oh, I'm going to throw a race is going to be big, and they don't do what they think, and then they quit. But they don't know if you would have did that thing 2 or 3 more times, it might have caught on and been huge.
Yeah.
So
True.
just a mindset of someone who just ain't going to give up, someone determined to do it, will eliminate the word struggle. You know what I mean? Because it's just going to be hard work. It's going to be hard work. You just got to be prepared.
You pretty much just gave general life advice for anything. You know, I'm serious because
Definitely.
like, you know, people are always, you know, when something gets too hard, they're like, oh, you know, I'm not going to do it again or whatever, you know what I mean? But they don't know that you just got to learn from your failures and just keep going and, you know, things like that. You know, would you say that's what made you so successful in having you know, a great race program and things like that?
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm just a fighter. Y'all see me getting beat down out there in the street outlaws. I could have been went to where I know I'm good at. I could have been left. I feel like I'm a great grudge racer, but I'm out there and I'm a fight. You want to come race and race and race, and I don't win. I was the same way as a kid. You call my brother, they'll tell you, when you race him, we can be racing bikes, feet. We're gonna race 300 times that day until I get me a couple wins in. So it's just you just got you got to quit. I feel like with me and my program, I feel like ain't no quitting me. My team is the same way. My son, he's like, man, he's almost tears in his eyes every time we lose a race. I'm like, no, it happens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he wants to win. We want to win. You know what I mean? So that's just the fight in us, man, determination. So yeah, I definitely feel like that's one of the main reasons that I took that from my dad. And it actually came from my sports background and me growing up in a rough neighborhood where we just ain't gonna quit. We're gonna keep coming because that's how we was raised.
That's awesome. That's
Man,
great.
I'm like really inspired right now.
I know.
I am. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
when you're not racing, what do you do for fun?
Woo! Shit, what's crazy is my fun, man, is relaxing, man, because I don't have a lot of time to relax. I got a bunch of kids. We ain't gonna go there. But my fun is just, I take care of kids, family, and things like that. And because I don't really have time to have fun. When you're racing, like my fun is going racing. So people think, oh, you're going racing. That's a job,
Yeah.
That ain't relaxing. I mean, I'm out there, I'm stressed out when I'm out there. I'm gambling, I'm ready to fight, everything, it's intense. So
all accurate.
At the end of the day, that's not a relax. I don't really have time to relax, man. I'm always working, always trying to, feed the family or doing something to get the race car fixed, help delegating, doing all this kind of stuff. So, man, to be honest with you, I ain't had a real vacation in probably 7-8 years because my vacation is racing.
Wow.
You really should work on that. I think you should work on that. After you get through your 2025 July event, you should have a vacation.
Yeah, but the problem is I might not come back because
you might just stay in Kentucky.
I might just stay. I might know when I take my vacation, I might never come back. So bad.
Pro Stock Gordo said he's in violation. No Pro Stock Gordo hat.
Oh, that's my boy. Pro Stock. Tell him I usually got it on too. He got me on the wrong day, man.
Oh
man.
Boy, I be representing that one. Shout out to Pro Stock Gordo. I don't know if y'all seen him knock somebody else out. Knock somebody out for his first pro fight.
Yeah. And it was like 12 seconds or something like that. Or
yeah. Hey, so let me tell you the story. He came to California, came out here to my race, and we hung out. Then we did some other stuff. We had some things in the plans for race, and he was telling me, man, I'm a tough guy, man. I'm telling you, boy, I'm just nice. I don't even want to put my hands on people, but I heard some people. He was talking all this stuff, and I was sitting listening to him. I'm like, yeah, I done heard it before. Then he go out there and you knock this dude out. He said, I told you, Boddie. I said, man, you're telling the truth, man.
Oh no, that's man. Crazy. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, I have one last question before we kind of sign off. But what's the most you ever grudge race for?
Honestly, I think me and Little Country. So I was crazy, man. I went out there to Orlando, and the Little Country and I bet 5,000. But on the side, I had 50,000.
Oh wow!
Because I offered everyone at the track, because Little Country had a pro mod, of course, at the time, and of course I had the Nova. And he gonna brag. Oh, he did doing all this bragging, but he raced a real back half steel roof and quarter car in a pro mod. Right. He got around me, which he wasn't supposed to. But anyway, I offered anybody who was there who wanted to bet to come and drop their money in a bag, and I would pay. And they trimmed my ass good on that race. I should have hit the wall that time because he got me. Yeah, I was.
Which car was he racing?
It was a black Pro Mod Camaro, I want to say.
Oh, the new body style Camaro.
No, it wasn't new. It was called what the fuck was it called? It was a newer body style Camaro. Yes, it was. It was like a 2010.
Was it Alcatraz?
Yes. No, Alcatraz was a Mustang. No.
Oh, okay.
I think Alcatraz was a Mustang. It was After that Mustang, a black Mustang, he ended up getting a black Pro Mod that he started doing his grudging with.
Gotcha.
And we got it on in that. And like I say, 5,000 to him and 45,000 to the rest. You know, so that was a $50,000 loss for me. Yeah.
Ouch! Ouch!
Yeah.
Ow!
Armageddon.
No, we were in Orlando at No Guts, No Glory.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we raced twice that time because Patrick, I'm hard headed, and Patrick was at PRI, and I raced country the first time for 20 grand, I think it was, because he only bet 5, but everybody else bet. And then I was so mad, and my tuner said, "Don't race him while I'm not here." Of course, Friday night I raced him, and then Saturday Patrick flew in. I'm like, "Okay, bet it back," and that's when I got the big money on because I thought I had him, which I should have beat him. I had to pedal the car at the end of the race, but he got around me.
Man.
He got me good for a lot of money that weekend, but I got it back because I raced Scoot and did the same thing. I raced Scoot, and he's got a beautiful Camaro. Mike Hill and them guys at a Mike Hill campus, guy named Scoot had a burnt orange big tire Camaro, and me and him, our cars set the same. You know, we both had back half cars, and he was a nitrous car, and I beat him my last race of the night. So I regrouped 90% of the money back.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good shit, man.
That had to feel better.
Woo!
Yeah.
Shoot.
That felt real good. I'd have been feeling like Fletcher when Country took that 100,000. I don't care how much money you got. Somebody take 100,000 from me. Woo! At one shot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did they want to run that back or no?
Hell yeah, Fletcher's so mad. He'll race him tonight. He's mad about that. And I don't blame him. He got that fight. Y'all seen him on that football field, man. He got that drive. He wanted to get his back. So I don't know if they're gonna ever get it on, but after that 100,000, I don't know if I'll be letting them get me back too. I don't want to give up that. And we might race for 10.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
I mean, that was a close race too. That was the race of the whole weekend.
That was a badass race, man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I knew Fletcher was fast, but fucking Country car was riding out that day, man. I was just like, man, it's gonna be rough on Fletcher trying to beat that car this weekend.
Justin's doing a lot of good for the game right now.
He's definitely doing a lot of good for the game, man. He's a kid. He is what I'm talking about. This new generation that's keeping this shit going. And I don't care how much you don't like him. He's badass for what we got going on. And he'll race anybody. Normally he used to race for 5,000. He just stepped it up. Now he got a little bit more money, but he's just a racer, man. He ain't gonna buy you out of a race. He'll race you for 2,000 to 100,000 UC. You know what I mean? So I take my hat off to them and his team, and I raced him a bunch of times. He one of the people I want to beat bad, but I take my hat off to him and let him know he's out there. He's out there. He's doing his thing, man. And another thing too is, if anybody's smart in grudge racing or any type of racing, that screw combination with a light car with a Hemi, it's gonna be tough to beat, man.
Yeah.
That's a tough combination. Makes a lot of power.
Yeah, I agree.
What about your new car? Can you talk about what your new car is going to be?
Oh, you talking about all still our glass stuff?
Yeah, isn't that what you're talking about? That you were building a new car?
No, yeah, that's what I was saying. It's just it ain't a full on build. I got a car that I'm putting back together to come out and run some all still out glass stuff, but it ain't nothing special but a 70 Nova, and it's just to be an all still out glass car. Really, I was building it for California style all still out glass racing because it's rules here. It's rules here with the all still out glass. I don't really care for the Hemis and the light all still out glass class. I don't care for that. I want a real all still out. I want the class to be different. I don't want 275 cars. I don't believe that they should be sitting like all still out glass. I feel like a lot of cars that's all still out glass, if they're a Pro 275 car, they need to be over there. Just because they have a door on it, it ain't a real car.
I agree.
I want real cars. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. That's it. I don't really care for that myself. I like it to be legit.
It's killing a lot of
the spirit of the class is really truly all steel all glass.
Yeah, it's killing a lot of the all steel glass classes.
It really is. It really is. And to be honest with you, it got me slow. I slowed my build down. because when I see the cars, I don't want to build another 380 car. I don't want my all steel classes to be like that. Of course, you're gonna have people that push the limit and gonna go 4.0s maybe, but I want real steel cars. You know, I want cars that's heavy. So if I had it my way, to tell you how I would do it, I would allow no Hemis, okay, and I would allow combination weight rules on every combination. So I would put a blower, small block, turbo. I'll put weight limits on that so the guy can't just go buy a light Mustang that's all glass, put a Hemi in it, and come out there and just kill a class. You know, so I would or turbos or whatever the case may be. So I would, if I had it my way, and me, I'm the type of guy, I'm going with the culture. I'm going with what's popular, what's happening.
Right.
But if I had it my way, I would change that and make these classes more suitable.
So when you say if you had it your way, you mean that you don't have it your way with this all steel, all glass as the rules are set right now for your event?
Just because guys set the tone. Like Jake and all these guys and all these cars that's coming over. I don't want to make some rules and eliminate 30 cars.
True.
I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make rules and eliminate 15 cars. If guys, like he said, it's ruining the classes and guys complain enough and they stop going to races, then I'll make the change.
True. That makes sense.
So from now to July, things could change. You know what I mean? Because we're going to see what's going to happen from now until that time. And if these guys keep showing up to race these guys with 1,000-inch motors in the nitrous cars, that's light as hell and getting killed by these other cars, and these all-steel all glass cars feel like they don't have a chance and they don't show up, then I'll accommodate.
Right.
Yeah.
That's smart. Yeah, because you never know what can happen from now until July.
Right.
You know,
and I'm not running a reinvent the wheel kind of guys. Like I want to get in and keep things going for what is going on. Like I don't want to, like Jake race. I tweaked it a little bit because I didn't want pro mods in my race because I love the pro mods. They do their own thing, but I feel like they belong where they belong. You know, it's like anybody know anything about racing and know details of racing, a long wheelbase, light pro mod style car should outrun a stock wheelbase, steel reef and quarter. Like I don't want those guys to have to come. Like, I almost feel like, to be honest with you, I almost promise you, I almost feel that I had the heaviest car at Jake Race in that big time.
Really?
If they want to get on a scale, and any of the cars that's quality fast cars, I'll bet $1,000 that my car was heavier than every last one of them.
Boom. There you
I got
go.
a steel reef and quarter car that came from no prep. It can't get light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This ain't a purpose built car. This car can't get light.
My car ain't that light either. A lot of people think it's really light, and it's not. It's I could basically enter Pro 275, you know, like that, and make weight. You know what I mean? It's really not that light.
Same with me.
Yeah.
Same with me. So we don't have weight to take out of our car, you know, and so I just feel like those little tweaks I will do to make my race, you know, what I feel like would be a little better and a little bit more. Like that race is very competitive, but I don't want guys to start. Because I'm going to tell you something. Them pro mods get them figured out. These $100,000 race just came out of nowhere with Jake Race. You got 6 months to get ready. Pro mods going to come and rule.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exact same thing that happened. It's the reason why if anybody followed drag racing and small tire racing, Pro 275 came from the cars that did not want to compete in Ducks Radio versus the World class because all pro mods showed up. So then they came out with Pro 275 because it's a whole different level. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where it developed at. You don't want these pro mods to come pulverize the class and now guys don't want to show up.
Are you going to do steel roof and quarter or?
No, I won't do that. Only because the Grudge guys don't fit that.
Okay.
You know, the real Grudge cars are.
Yeah, they're fiberglass. Yeah. Or carbon.
So, I won't do that, and I won't do a whole bunch of rules, but I will eliminate pro mods, so I'll do stock appearing cars, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm no shout outs, like I said, to the pro mods, but I just feel like they don't belong where we are.
Yeah,
Right.
I would agree. I would agree.
Yeah,
I mean, they have they really have plenty of options, really, truly. So as far as
I mean,
racing
Jake Race
goes,
got 150,000. They'll still be at Jake Race. They just won't be at every
exactly.
race.
Right.
They'll be at every race. Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we sign off, Boddie, do you want to give a shout out to anybody? Thank anybody?
Oh, she put me on the spot. Yeah, I always say that is ready, man. I only got a few people to help me out, my sponsor wise. I got Pro Charger, always been there for me. From day one, they've been rocking with me. My nitrous outlet, these guys been there having my back since day one. Who else I got?
He can't remember anything. He really has
I
some
need
memory
my son.
issues.
Y'all know I need my son right next to me. But pretty much for the most part, those are my main guys. Oh, actually, Liberty been helping me out a lot lately with this not Liberty, but Quick Drive. Some guys over there, Steve, is he work with you, man. Them guys is badass. They help you with your car. They help you work with you, getting their products. They'll help you tune it. Like, they badass over there, man. So Quick Drive, I'll be forgetting to shout them out. I want to make sure I remember them.
Nice.
But as of right now, those are my main guys right off the top of my head. And then PTP again, man. PTP, Patrick and Jason Lee, my tuners, baddest motherfuckers in the planet, man. Baddest guys in the planet. And also, I teamed up with my guys, my West Coast Grudge Racing Media guys. And y'all gonna see a lot more from us. We working on these cars right now. We got 2 more cars that's gonna be ready, and I plan on running around and showing people what this West Coast Grudge Racing can do.
I love it.
That's competing
awesome.
with the world, man. Yeah.
That's awesome. I can't wait for your event, guys. July 11th and 12th, right?
Yes, sir. Yep.
July
11
11th
and 12th.
US 60 Dragway in Kentucky. $100,000 to win, 2275. Is it 25,000 for all steel glass so far?
So far.
That might go up.
Yep.
530 index. You definitely have my support. I'm going to try to get some of the other DMV guys to come as well. But I'm looking forward to it.
That's gonna be badass, man. One more shout out I thought about Chris Malley and his wife for giving us this platform to be able to put this race on, being determined enough to go out there and make this track badass, man. So shout out to them, Chris Malley and his wife. You guys is badass, and we'll see y'all next year.
Yeah. Thank you, Boddie, for coming on. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Liz. Shout out to my girl, Liz.
Good to see you. Oh, yeah. He's gone. He doesn't say goodbye. He doesn't say goodbye. He just clicks off. His phone has probably rang 77 times since he was on that. It's just no telling. So yeah.
I'm sure. Well, that was a great oh, my voice is like,
I know. You need to go to the doctor. You got to do something.
I went to the doctor. They keep telling us allergies, but I don't know. Hopefully there's nothing serious going on, but it just feels like literally something like phlegm is stuck in my throat. That's basically what it feels like.
Have you tried some Mucinex by chance?
I'm on Zysol.
I don't know what that is.
It's like kind of like Zyrtec, but it doesn't make you like super drowsy.
Well, what I was going to say is the Mucinex breaks up the mucus. So if you take that maybe for a week, maybe it'll knock that stuff out of your chest. If it's in your throat and in your chest, I don't know. But
yeah,
I have allergies so bad. I am like the walking, talking seasonal allergy advertisement. But yeah, I don't know. You have to get that taken care of.
Yeah, will do. But I guess not next week. Will you? But the 6th. Yeah, November 6th. Wow, it's already November.
I know. I can't believe it.
Are you going to be on? Should we tell our fans you're going to be on? Maybe.
What day is this?
Wednesday, November 6th. That's
about how far I'm booked out here. Let's see. There's a good possibility it'd be a day like today for me. So yeah, I could probably do that. Who are we going to have?
I don't know yet.
Well,
we got to work on that.
I mean, we could just talk if we want to.
Yeah, we can just shoot the shit.
But I might say something because this politics has got me. Oh, hold on. That'll be the day after the election. And I'm going to be honest.
Oh, wow.
I
Yeah.
may not be available depending on how things go. And furthermore, if it doesn't go the way I want it to go, the way it needs to go, you won't want me on. I promise.
Maybe I do.
You won't.
Maybe I do.
I don't need to do that. I am a liability. I am a liability. So
All right.
we'll see.
Yeah. Well, have a good night.
So before we go, on that note, everybody go out and vote.
Yes,
Get out and vote. It is your civic duty to vote as an American. Get out and vote early, vote smart. And it's not a love affair. It's not a love affair with politicians.
No.
Get out and vote for the policies that align best with your vision for your future. It's very serious. Very serious. Okay.
I agree.
I'm done. I might actually in the process between now and then start a political podcast. I don't know. You never know. Look, I got the setup. I'll put some American flags up. Get my MAGA hat on.
I would just say be careful. You know how that
I know, right?
You know how that stuff goes.
I know. I'm really just joking. I would never put my kids at because that's the thing. That people are so crazy. You have to worry about somebody coming and killing your kids.
Yeah, it's crazy how like two people can,
polarize.
Polarize and not have a decent conversation because they don't follow the same views. I'm very fortunate to have friends from all different walks of life, and sometimes they don't align with my views and I don't align with theirs, but we can still be friends at the end of the day. So
I just don't feel like that's where things are anymore. I think I think a lot of division has been sewn into the fabric of this country just in the last few years. And I think that makes it difficult for situations like that. So you just don't talk politics. That way you don't offend anybody. But I'm sure not going to do that.
I know your social media is pretty out there. Oh man.
It is. It is.
But on that note, sayonara, everybody.
It was great to see you. Thanks everybody for joining us.
We'll see you on the 6th after Election Day.